Hello, everyone. I'm just waiting a second. Trying to get my chat window up. Bear with me a second. Sorry. I am very frustrated right now. Very frustrated. This video is brought to you by BioTrust Ageless Multi-Collagen. Our confidence levels, feelings of self-worth, and daily frame of mind are directly tied to our appearance, which is why you always see me behind the microphone and not on camera. Many anti-aging serums attempt to capitalize on that, but many of them fall short because they don't target the root of the problem. Many serums typically attempt to cover up wrinkles, which is only temporary, and the alternative that I have found is a better solution because it goes beneath the surface to promote skin elasticity and the overall appearance of my skin. It is called Ageless Multi-Collagen. Collagen works better at reducing the appearance of my wrinkles than anything else, and I do have them, or had anyway. By using collagen as its main ingredient, this product gets to the heart of the problem. It is the number one protein in our skin, and it's needed to promote elasticity and a youthful looking appearance. So if you go to healthwithbeans.com, you will get 51% off for the next 24 hours. That's healthwithbeans.com, or click in the link in the description box. Just about 10 minutes ago, the podcast that we did this morning with Dr. Peter McCullough went live. I will be putting it on YouTube and BitChute and all the other platforms that I share, and Rumble, etc. Of course. And I can't pause it. Of course. Hold on. Okay. This article just came out. I am very, very frustrated, and I know that this is to be expected, but this is something that I have been passionately discussing for several months now, since the very beginning. And we all screamed about this. We all tried to tell everybody. Nobody wanted to listen to us. Millions and millions and millions and millions of Americans went out and got a needle in their arm, like this gentleman here on the front cover of this article, based on the understanding that the vaccine prevents infection. You won't get COVID if you get this. Everything will go back to normal. You'll be able to go back to regular life, live your life the way you always dreamed, maskless and free. As a matter of fact, we're even going to bribe you into getting it with all kinds of different incentives, whether they be alcohol, strippers, fast food, cash money, lottery wins. Goodness knows all the creative things. And if you don't get it, we're going to shame you, and we're going to blame everything on you, because this shot will protect you from this virus. You will never get it if you get the shot. The gold standard study confirms that COVID mRNA vaccines prevent infection. I have an account here too as well. I don't like doing this in real time. Hold on. Gold standard studies everywhere telling you that you won't get this virus if you get this shot, right? And what are we finding? Obviously, breakthrough cases, because we've gone through this a million times. We talk about it today on the podcast. I've regurgitated this as nauseum. You guys are some of the most talented and skilled and smart people on the planet, so you know it as well. We're just going to go with the CDC because I can't get this Medscape article. Let me try and archive it instead, so that way we can read it. I'm logged in on my phone, so that's where I saw it first. And then, what happened? Breakthrough infections, right? Breakthrough infections started happening. And people started having to put their masks on again, even though they were, quote, protected from infection, right? We had all of that start happening. It's you couldn't go to college. You can't go to college. Nurses, doctors losing their careers, walking away because they see what happens when people get this, what happens to them afterwards in the hospital. They're treating the tens and tens and tens of thousands of injured people from this, let alone the amount of people that have died. And we are the disinformation agents. We, the Ministry of Truth says, are the ones that are not telling they're lying. We're hurting people. We're causing mutation. It's the exact opposite. Gold standard study confirms COVID mRNA vaccines prevent infection. That word prevent. Clinical trials of mRNA vaccines have consistently demonstrated high effectiveness against COVID-19, but now a large real-world study confirms that the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are more than 95% effective in preventing confirmed infection. And this is what was broadcast everywhere. I know people that got this despite my pleading and begging, who said, well, I'm not going to get COVID. And then I can do what I want to do. And I'm old and this and that. And they say it's good. It's great. And then the New York Times has the absolute gall to do this today. This is called moving the goalposts, except they've got far too great a distance to cover. I mean, we can talk about how information has morphed about this virus from start to finish. It could be its own case study in the propaganda wars. They know they're losing this war because of independent information that's coming out, because of brave physicians like Dr. Peter McCullough that are coming out, because of brave nurses who are speaking out like Sarah that I had on the podcast. First, they move the goalposts like this. Dr. Walensky has repeatedly said, this is the CDC director, that breakthrough infections are extremely rare, but the agency does not tally national figures on breakthrough infections that don't result in hospitalization or death. Okay, we knew that started happening back in May. If you haven't been following, and I hate doing this in the middle of a video, but it is so true, uncoverdc.com, we have a catalog of 300 or so articles so far, and more coming out every single day. We did one on emergency use authorizations today. Michelle Edwards wrote it. It's amazing. That we talked about how the CDC just decided, we're not going to count the breakthrough infections anymore in everyday people. We don't need to know that information. That way, we can blame everything on the unvaccinated and unwashed. This video is totally coming down from YouTube, but I don't give a crap. I just don't care. It's on CloudHub. It's going to be on Rumble. It's on DLive, and it'll be on BitChute. But anyway, I digress. The agency does not tally national figures on breakthrough infections. We knew that. Again, we told you. That don't result in hospitalizations or death. I'm putting this in my Telegram room so people can come. It won't let me. Oh, that's interesting. Bear with me, guys. Copy. There we go. Or its numbers lag by a few weeks. The exact incidence of these infections, as well as their outcomes, is unknown. What happens to those people? Who knows? We don't know. We don't even pay attention to them. They're the heroes. Breakthrough infections seem to be vanishingly rare when previous versions of the coronavirus dominated in the US, but recent outbreaks suggest that the numbers may be higher with the arrival of the Delta variant. A modest percentage of people who are fully vaccinated will still get COVID-19 if they are exposed to the virus that causes it. This is the best. This is not the whole entire kicker of what got me so incensed today, but it is a very big portion of it. Still, most vaccinated people with a breakthrough infection are likely to have mild symptoms, false, and they may even benefit in the long run. Every exposure to the virus is an opportunity for the immune system, what God gave us, to strengthen its defenses against variants that may emerge in the future. So wait a second. So you're saying to me now, New York Times propaganda rag for the government entities that it tries to protect every single day, that you're spinning this now and saying that natural immunity, your actual God-given immune system, is beneficial in protecting against this when you have just spent months berating, shaming, fear, like putting the fear of God into people's hearts that they're going to die without this vaccine. You're trying to keep people from working, keep people from traveling, keep people from socializing with their family and friends, keep them from going out to restaurants. Hell, the New York City just locked itself down to anybody who's not vaccinated. I had a dear friend of mine who is a more holistic practitioner call me the other day. I haven't spoken to this person in years, and actually say, I'm going to get this shot. Can you please talk me out of it? Oh, what? Booster shots and mild natural infections can both increase the immunity initially gained from the vaccines, said Michael Mina, doctor and epidemiologist at Harvard. This is why young adults and adults don't get sick. I'm sorry? Hold on. Oh, Lord. Oh, how does this reporter live with herself? You know, I was watching Mike Lindell's symposium, and he was talking all about the fake news and how horrible they are and calling them out by name and shaming them, rightfully so. But there are some of us out here who have been busting our asses to scream from the highest mountaintop about all this, as loud as we possibly can. This is all based on factual information and speaking to experts that quite honestly, before a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I said this to Dr. McCullough, would never have spoken to me. I probably would never have gotten an interview even if I asked for one. Here it is. Here's the kicker. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you believe this? The vaccines were designed to prevent severe illness, not infection. A new CDC study provides strong evidence that mRNA COVID-19 vaccines are highly effective in preventing SARS-CoV-2 or CoV-2. And then you've got this guy, or this right here. This right here. This is called shifting the goalposts as though no one will notice. How many of those millions of vaccinated out there, a good percentage of which are suffering right now, would have gone out and gotten this if they were told, listen, this isn't going to really do anything for you other than maybe make it a little less harsh on your body if you catch COVID? Who would have gone out and done this? Nobody. The vaccines were intended to prevent hospitalization and death, in large part the result of damage to the lungs and other organs. The vaccines produce antibodies in the blood that prevent the coronavirus from taking root in those organs. Wrong. The vaccines turn you into a spike protein factory. That's what they do. They turn you into a spike protein factory. They instruct your cells to manufacture the spike protein. You become a manufacturing device for a protein that does not exist in your body and shouldn't even be there. I just don't know how else. I mean, look, they're just lying to you. They're just lying to you. They're just lying to you. You guys all know that. I know. And I know that eventually people come around. But we're at a point right now where it is very critical that people come around very quickly. Very quickly. Now, somebody asked me, how's your friend doing? He's status quo right now in the hospital. And he's given me permission to speak about some things, but I want to wait for him to get out, which I'm praying happens very soon. And I will have him on to speak about everything that we've been going through. We're trying to get him some medicine today. Hopefully they will do it. It's not been easy. And if you don't have an advocate for you or know somebody who can advocate for you and you end up in the hospital, it just doesn't go well. It doesn't. I got to speak to Peter McCullough, Dr. McCullough today about a lot of this. And this interview is really amazing. As a matter of fact, he shares some prophylactic things that I personally had never heard before that we can do. But I mean, the vaccines were designed to prevent severe illness, not infection. I didn't spend the time to go through and find clips of all the idiots on television telling everybody this was going to prevent you from getting this virus. it was never, ever going to work that way. We did a whole breakdown at Uncover DC on the contract between Pfizer and the governments around the world. We've done stuff on the manual. We've done so much work on this. And this just the rage that I feel reading this. Like, who the do these people think they are? God? This is annoying. This is really annoying. And I know I am a little bit emotional about this, but this is a topic, again, that I have been following for goodness knows how many months now, 18 months, 19 months, since way before the first 2 weeks to slow the spread came about. 2 weeks to slow the spread. Don't want to overwhelm those hospitals. Everyone stay home for the good of the hospital healthcare system. Yeah, okay. We see how that turned out to be. And someone saying mRNA adoption is the death of religious objections to having humanity take over its own DNA. Yeah, I mean, they're really, it's something else. It's something else. I don't have much more to say on this. I just couldn't believe it. I know I should not be surprised, but when you're dealing with something on such a massive scale, to see these words written out in an actual article by a journalist, quote, Apurva Manda, whoever, Vili, whatever her name is at the New York Times, makes me sick to my stomach. These evil, evil, evil people. The biggest crime against humanity we have ever experienced is going on right now. And now they're going to try and move the goalposts after? Guys, do me a favor. Please go to uncoverdc.com/support and consider supporting us for $5 a month so that we can keep on doing this work and keep on, keeping the lights on. I really appreciate it very much. It's so needed. I mean that. I really mean it. I am not one of those people that likes to, I usually at the end of a video, I'll just say, hey, go here and support us if you want. But I'm imploring everyone, if they can, to please go and support Uncover DC as we continue to work on this as a specific topic along with election integrity and everything else. But this is a very serious focus of ours right now. And I've had so many health professionals come to me over the past 2 weeks. We're putting together, like I said last time, a big catalog that you're going to be able to pass around to your friends. Of course, it's going to be free. Of course, all the information is going to be available for free. There are no ads on Uncover DC. It is completely wide open. There is nothing behind a paywall. Everything is free. So if you appreciate the work that we do here and you would like to support us, it would really be greatly appreciated. There are some amazing things coming out on this website, and I'm so proud of it, and I want more people to see it. Just share it everywhere. No one is going to be distracted with pop-ups and videos that play in the middle of the article, and you have no freaking idea whether or not they're a part of the article or not. Just whatever. So make sure you go to uncoverdc.com. Thanks for listening to me for this past, 15, 20 minutes? I just had to get on here. I had a vent. This is the only place I know how. And I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.